Hello everybody, here I am again. I was shown a crystal prism. You guys are going to have to try to envision this. It only had 3 sides, like most crystal prisms have 3 sides with 2 ends. This didn't have 2 ends. Now it did have a beginning and it had an end, but it wasn't like blunt cut off. It was somewhat shaped like a football, I guess. And it was a crystal prism that was formed so perfectly and in a shape no man could have ever formed. And so I saw it, and it was, I could see it, but it was like, and it was like there was no light to see it with. It was shrouded in darkness, but yet I could still see it. Like our Heavenly Father gave me the light from within enough to see it without there being any light. And then our Heavenly Father, it was like I saw it in a vertical. It was like a vertical, long, narrow, like tall, 3-sided crystal, not 5-sided. It tapered off at the beginning and the end. So there was a beginning and the end, but they weren't like the 4th and the 5th side, the beginning and the end. It was a 3-sided crystal, prism crystal. No side, no ends, even though it did taper off, and it did have a beginning and an end. It just didn't look like the typical crystal prism, 3-sided prism we all envision normally. And so above it, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, it came from nothing. There was no source. It didn't seem like it had a source. It just shined from itself, was light, and it, like a laser light, shined right into the tip of it. And it shined down into the crystal prism, and out each of the 3 sides, the light had been divided and separated and segmented into different colors of the rainbow. And one of the sides was mostly blue, and towards the edge of it, the bevel, or the facet, it was purple, and at the other edge of it, it was green. And it went into the next side of it, which was green, and it went from green, it was mostly yellow. It was a mostly yellow side. And towards the edge where the bevel was, orange was there. And then the next bevel was mostly red. And then it came back around to that next bevel, and there was like a purple seam, So each one of the sides was blue, yellow, and red. But then the light that shined out of the bevels, the not flat side, but the facet from one side to the next, was green, orange, and purple. So the green and the orange and the purple really just kind of finally shot out those beveled sides, but the flat sides were blue, yellow, and red. And everybody that saw this crystal would be mesmerized by all the color that came out of it. And no one ever really paid attention to the pure white light that shined down in it from the top, like a laser fine line of pure white light that shined down into this prism crystal, and it also shined out the bottom of it. So there was pure light that shined into it at the beginning, and pure light that shined out from this crystal at the end of it. But no one ever paid attention to the pure white light above that shines straight through. The pure white light that was there at the beginning and was there at the end. Everybody just got fascinated with all the colors from when the light was divided. And so no one ever really saw the true light. Everybody saw the light after it had been divided inside this prism. And I knew that my Heavenly Father was showing me this for a reason, and I asked, what is this crystal prism? And he said it was Abraham. And he said the blue side was the Jew side. And the yellow side was the Christian side. And the red side was the Muslim side. And it made a lot of sense. The color blue was established to the Jew. The color yellow was established to the Christians. And the color red was established with the Muslims. And the pure white light could not be found in any of them. And the further away from the crystal the light shined on each side, the broader and wider the light was. And so I saw it as the narrow path, the light at the beginning, and the narrow path, the laser light that shined out at the end. Well, that was the narrow path. And we can't consider anything about Christianity, Judaism, or Islam to be anything other than wide. It's not narrow. Many are on the Christian path, and it's wide. Many are on the Muslim Islam path, and it's wide. Many are on the path of Judaism, and it's wide. And none of those paths are narrow. The pure white light that shined into this Abraham crystal, that shined back out, undivided, as pure as it was when it went in. No one's looking at that. That pure white light at the beginning, and the pure white light that shines out of the end. And everyone's distracted. And the Christians are yellow. And the Muslims are red. And the Jews are blue. And none of them are receiving the pure white light that was originally intended from the beginning. That. And that's what I saw. Love you guys.